Dear student, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. How are you all? I am fine by the grace of Allah. I think you are also fine by the grace of Allah. I, Mizanur Rahman, Milestone College, your business teacher. Today I will take your business class, new topics, new lesson. Okay, dear student, before going to start our today's class, I want to ask some question from previous lesson. Are you ready, my dear? Yes. First question. What is the age limit of juvenile delinquents in Thailand? Do you know what is the age limit of juvenile delinquents in Thailand? Yes. 7 to 18 years. Thank you. Next question. What is the age range of juvenile offenders in Bangladesh? Do you know, my dear answer? Okay. 7 to 16 years. Okay. Next question. Shuman is 19 years old. He is a juvenile offender. Which country does he belong to? Do you know, my dear? Which country belong to? Yes, Japan. Okay, thank you, my dear, for giving the answer. Now I will start our today's class. Dear student, our today's chapter 10, Social Problems of Bangladesh. Today we are going to learn lesson 3 and 4 from the chapter. So everybody open your book and CW copy, and everybody will mark the line. Which line I will tell, everybody will mark the line. Lesson 3, the concept and causes of drug addiction. It is very important lesson for you because now you are juvenile. So everybody will learn the lesson properly. Listen my word, everybody. At first we will know the concept and causes of drug addiction. What is the concept of drug addiction? You know, drug addiction begins by mixing with the drug addict friends. You know, lots of friends you, and all of the friends are not good. Some friends are bad, some friends are good. Some friends are taking drugs. So alert from this friend. So the concept of drug addiction begins by mixing with the drug addict friends. This is the first point. The juvenile take drug being instigated by friends. My dear, very important. Instigated by friends only to get momentary excitement. They do this without knowing anything about the harmful effects of drug. Actually, they didn't know what is the effects about the drug, harmful effects. They do not know about the drug of harmful effects, but they are taking drug. Later on, this becomes the cause of their death. Later on, what happened? Become the cause of their death. The juveniles are by nature curious. Of course, in this age, all of the juveniles are very curious about the unknown matter. So at the first time, they are very curious. What happened? As a result, many start to take drug only out of curiosity because it has no good effect. Only bad effect. So as a result, what happened? Many start to take drug only out of curiosity. The juveniles sometimes still breathe or cigarette. From where? From the pockets of their father or other elderly persons, only to satisfy their curiosity. So juveniles sometimes what happened? Steals brew or cigarette from the pockets of their father or other elderly person only to satisfy their what? Curiosity. This curiosity at one time leads them to smoking. This curiosity are going to the people to the curiosity. Then what happened? After that, they later on develop their habit, smoking and taking other intoxicating items such as hemp, fentanyl, heroin, yaba, etc. Every day we are hearing about the fentanyl in TV news and social media, also paper also. So very alert about the yaba, never you take. Many start to suffer from frustration. So first point, causes, what are the causes? First point? First point is frustration. And due to unemployment, death of their ones, family disturbance, etc. To get rid of this frustration and the instigation of friends or following the friends, many start taking drug items. So first one we have learned frustration, the main causes. Another causes unemployment, death of their ones, family disturbance, etc. To get rid of this frustration and at the instigation of friends or following the friends, many start taking drug item. Later on what happened? This turns into their intoxication. The juvenile may also suffer from frustration by being deprived of paternal affection and attention of frustration. Many also come from the family disturbance and quarrels. At one stage, they become drug addicts. So in this para, what we have learned, I want to recall you. First one we have learned about the concept of drug. You know, drug addiction beings by mixing with the drug addict friends. Next on we have learned the juvenile take drugs being instigated by friends, not by parents. So it is very clear to you when you will select the friends, very careful about the friends, what type of friends you are taking. So when you will select the friends, what type of friends? Of course, good friends. They do this without knowing anything about the harmful effects of drug. Actually, they didn't know about the harmful effect of drug, but they are taking the drug. So when anything we will take, not only drug, of course, you have to know about the items, about the things like drug. Later on, this becomes the cause of their death. Day by day, when you will take a drug, after the long time, what happened for you? Yes, death. The juveniles are by nature curious. All of the people, not juvenile, especially juvenile, they do not know about the drug. That's why they are very curious about the unknown terms, unknown things. As a result, many start to take drug only out of curiosity. Only one thing's curiosity. Actually, what are the things about the drug? The juveniles sometimes still breathe cigarette. Where? From where? Yes, from the pockets of their father or other elderly person, only to satisfy the curiosity. Actually, they did not take in the money. They are taking drug. They are taking breathe cigarette from the pockets of parents, father or elderly person. This curiosity at one time leads them to smoking. This curiosity after day by day, they are taking what type? Smoking. They later on develop their habit smoking and taking other intoxicating items such as fentanyl, heroin, yaba, etc. It's very dangerous things for you. So clear to you, never you will take this type of things. Many start to suffer from frustration. The first causes of drug addiction, frustration. due to the unemployment, death of their ones, family disturbance, etc. To get rid of this frustration and at the instigation of friends or following the friends, many start taking drug items. Later on, this turn into their intoxication. You know, the juvenile may also suffer from frustration by being deprived of paternal. So in this point, paternal should be alert about the children. Of course, affection should be like this. Affection and attention or frustration may also come from the family. Of course, family is the first place of the children. So from the family, they are taking their happening of frustration, disturbance, courage, etc. So at one stage, they become drug addicts. Now, next point. Another reason of drug addiction, another causes of drug addiction. You know, the influence of bad culture. In this time, we are seeing the bad culture, Western culture, by the social media. So very alert about the bad culture. So the influence of bad culture is another point, main reason of drug addiction. At present, the culture of one country is being easily influenced by the culture of another country through cinema, TV channels, internet also. So when you will use the internet, when you will see the cinema, when you will see the television, you should be alert about the Western culture. You will see, but never you can receive the culture of the another country. If you take the another culture of the Western culture of the foreign country, their foreign country, there are lots of doing evil or that doesn't mean you will see the culture of the Western, but you will receive the culture. So very alert about the point. A group of juveniles are being misguided and lost due to the clash of two different cultures. So my dear, this is the lesson 3. So lesson 3, last paragraph, what we have learned? The influence of bad culture is another main reason of drug addiction. At present, the culture of the country is being easily influenced by the culture of another country through cinema, TV channel, internet, etc. A group of juveniles are being misguided and lost due to the clash of two different cultures. Okay, my dear, next lesson, lesson 4. Lesson 4, the impacts and prevention of juvenile drug addiction. In this lesson, we learn about the impacts and prevention of juvenile drug addiction. The first paragraph of lesson 4, drug addiction has now become a frightening problem in our social life. Every day we are hearing, we are seeing in TV channels and paper, this is the major problem of our country now. So at first you have to know what are the impacts of drug addiction. Its effect in our socio-religious life is also very serious. A drug addict may suffer from physical disease, such as what type of disease they are suffering: heart disease, TB, cancer and asthma. His mental health also becomes very weak for this. The drug addicts suffer from frustration and inferiority complex. They not only do their own harm, but they cause chaos in the society, being the victim of timidity, anxiety and excitement. So in the first paragraph, what we have learned about the impact of drug addiction. Drug addiction has now become a frightening problem in our social life. This is the first point of bad impacts. Second point, socio-religious life also influenced by the drug addictions. A drug addict may suffer from physical disease. What are the physical diseases they are suffering? First disease is heart disease, TB, cancer, asthma. His mental health also becomes very weak for this. Next point, the drug addicts suffer from frustration, inferiority complex. They not only their own harm, but they cause chaos in the society, being the victim of timidity, anxiety and excitement. The effect of drug also create different complex problem in family life. What are the different complex problems in our family? The peace and happiness of the whole family is disturbed by this, because if one person of the family is drug addicted, all of the people are suffered by the one person. So it is very clear to you. This is always quarrel in the family of drug addict child, because always he disturb the family members, always ask the people, give the money, I will take drug. That family does not have any respect from the neighbors, because the people, those who are neighbors, they inform about the children, these children are drug addicted. The family often becomes a ruin for arranging money to buy drug. Besides, incidents like murder, suicide, fleeing from home or getting lost also happen. The incident like stealing, hijacking, killing, murdering frequently happen in that country where drugs are easily available. Social insecurity and decay of moral values also happen due to the effects of drug. Drug addiction must be resisted and controlled with a view to saving the persons of the society from the bad sides of drug. Following measures may be taken for this. So what are the impacts of juvenile drug addiction? In this para, what we have learned, I want to recall you. The effect of drug also create different complex problem in our family life. My dear, very clear to you. Please try to understand, because you are not juvenile. Problems in our family life, not only family life, it also affect by the society. The peace and happiness of the whole family is disturbed by this, because one person, I have told you, one person is drug addicted, so other people will be suffered by the people, by the children. There is always quarrel in the family of drug addict child. That family does not have any respect from the neighbors. The family often becomes ruined for arranging money to buy drugs. It is very difficult for the family to arrange the money every day. Besides incidents like murder, suicide, etc. These incidents like stealing, hijacking, killing, murdering frequently happen in that country where drugs are easily available, social insecurity, and the decay of moral values also happen due to the effects of drug. You know, drug addiction must be resisted and controlled with a view to saving the persons of the society from the bad sides of drug. Following measures be taken for this. Now we will know about the preventive steps of drug. What are the preventive steps of drug? The first para, preventive steps are most fruitful in the resistance of drug addiction. For this, emphasis should be given on moral education. My dear, first point is moral education. What are the moral education? by the moral education you can develop your mind. The parents and elderly persons of the family should play an active role to teach children religious and moral values of their early age. From the early age, you have to take moral values, proper education from the family. Otherwise, never you can turn a good person. The harmful sides of drug and all religious restriction to this effect must be informed to everybody, because every religion have some rules and regulation. As a person like Muslim, like Hindu, like Buddhist, you have to maintain the religious rule and regulation. If you maintain rule and regulation, never you can take drug. In fine, drug, anti-drug awareness and social movement must be built through religious education and other means. So in this paragraph, what we have learned? In this paragraph, we have learned preventive step. First step should be given on moral education. Emphasis should be given on moral education. Second point, we have learned the parents and elderly person of the family should play an active role to teach children religious and moral values of their early age. From the early age, if you take moral values, religious and moral values religious, then never you can take drug. The harmful sides of drug all religious restriction to this effect must be informed to everybody. In fine, anti-drug awareness and social movement must be built through religious education and other means. Now, second para of preventive step. At local level, educational, religious institution, socio-culture and sports organization like club, society can play a significant role to resist drug addiction, apart from teaching moral education. Apart from moral teaching education, because you are taking moral education from early age, but after that is, I mean that after 12 or after 13, you are going to club, you are going to religious institution, you are going to school, college, you are going to society, culture, sports organization like club, society. So in this place, you can take the moral values, you can take the education, so they can make people aware of bad sides of drug by arranging discussion meeting. They can inspire people, especially the young people, to follow the promise. What is the promise? Please mark the line, it will come in MCQ. Say no to drug for the young people by arranging different programs. Besides, anti-drug awareness can also be created by textbook, newspaper, radio, television, cinema, poster, billboard and leaflet. So in this paragraph, what we have learned? In this paragraph, we have learned, apart from teaching of moral education, we can take education from the education institution, religious institution, social, culture, sports organization like club, society can play a significant role. And also for the young generation, you can say no to drug by arranging different programs. Besides, anti-drug awareness can also be created by textbook, newspaper, radio, television, cinema, poster, billboard and leaflet. Now, last para of the preventive step. Arrangement must be made for healthy and recreation, and infant juveniles must be attached to this so that they do not get inclined to drug addiction and other bad habits. Side by side, steps should be taken to stop the production of obscene films. Besides, it is essential to implement existing law and take steps effectively to prevent drug addiction problem. So in this way we can solve the matter. This is the step of drug addiction. Okay, my dear, next para or next point. Laws of drug addiction control. What are the law of drug addiction control? At present, drug addiction is a dangerously complex problem of Bangladesh. What kind of law we can give for the society by the government? To prevent drug addiction, the government of Bangladesh has signed 3 conventions of UN on drug control. You know, the government of Bangladesh has also signed the Anti-Drug SARC Convention in 1990. Please mark the line. It will come in MCQ part. The government Bangladesh has also signed the Anti-Drug SARC Convention in 1990. The government of Bangladesh has created the law on the use of control of tobacco products in last 2013. The law includes punishment for the use of tobacco products in public place and public transport also. Smoking is treated as a penal offense in the place like office, libraries, lifts, enclosed workplace, hospital, clinics, airports, river ports, seaports, railway station, bus terminals, cinema halls, exhibition halls, theater halls, shopping complex, restaurant, public toilets, children parks, fairs, waiting space for public transport and places declared necessary by government. So, no one can smoke in public place and public toilets. If anyone violates the law, she or he will be penalized with money up to how much money? Yes, up to 300 taka. This question will come MCA question. Please mark the line. The first time punishment is how much money? 300 taka. And if that person commits the offense for the second time or repeats the same offense, his penalty will be severely be doubled. I mean that first time 300 taka, second time 600 taka. This question will come double, I mean the 600 taka. Tobacco products, drug and other addictive products should stop production and advertising. Public and private initiatives should have to promote it through advertising on drug abuse. Alternative employment should be provided for workers involved in drug production. The teachers smoking in front of the student must be considered as crime, of course. We should control the market of used drug products in medicine. What we have learned in this para? My dear, first point we have learned Bangladesh government signed 3 conventions of the United Nations on drug control. The government of Bangladesh has also signed Anti-Drug SARC Convention in which year? 1990. And second para, we have learned the government of Bangladesh has enacted the law on the use control of tobacco products last 2013. The law includes punishment for the use of tobacco products in the public place, public transport. Smoking is also treated as a penal offense in the place like office, libraries, lift, workplace, hospital, clinics, airports, river ports, seaports, railway station, bus terminal, etc. And no one can smoke in public place and in public toilets. If anyone violates this law, she or he will be penalized with money up to how much money? 300 taka for the first time of the people. Second time, how much money he or she will be penalized? Yes, double of money. I mean the 600 taka. Tobacco products, drugs and other additive products should stop production and advertising. Public and private initiatives should have to be promoted through advertising on drug abuse. We should control market use drug products in medicine. So we have learned lesson 4. Now I will ask some question from this lesson. If any problem this lesson, you can ask your subject teacher. Now I will ask some question from this lesson. My dear, are you ready? Yes. Okay. Question number 1. Please get ready for give the answer. In which year did Bangladesh government sign anti-drug addiction in SARC convention? Do you know, my dear, in which year? Yes. Which year? 1990. Thank you for giving the answer. Next question. The penalty at the first time to smoke at public places. How much money? Do you know? Yes. Up to 300 taka. Thank you for giving the answer. Please everybody take homework. Today I am giving the homework. One creative question. You will write the answer of creative question and you will send the copy your subject teachers. So my dear, thank you. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.